barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button, and here's my intro. Self-made millionaire, motherfucker. Let's hear that shit again, because this shit need to sink in for people. From the block to the big leagues, self-made millionaire, white American, pimp me. And that's what we gonna talk about: being pimped for a media credential, man. I'm not gonna go into details. I mean, it's so blatantly obvious what the hell is going on with Oscar De La Hoya and Sergey Kovalev, man. More cases is out on Oscar De La Hoya today. 2 weeks ago, it was a assault case or a defamation suit with a man. Now it's an assault case with a sexual assault case with a woman pending alleged assault case. And where there's smoke, there's fire. We all know that. We're human beings, man. We don't have to go into full details because it will be disclosed by the courts if you choose to get the work from the courts now, the paperwork from the courts now. Sergey Kovalev, Conor McGregor, Oscar De La Hoya, all these guys have had multiple cases in the last 365 days. Multiple assault cases, whether it's with a man, whether it's with a woman, whether it's sexual assault, whether it's physical assault, post-traumatic stress disorders, man, some sexual deviant type stuff. And yet, media is not going to cover this. Now, next Monday, next Tuesday, they're going to have media arrivals in Las Vegas. Oscar De La Hoya is going to be there. Sergey Kovalev is going to be there. Kathy Duva is going to be there. Canelo is going to be there. Ryan Garcia is going to be there. You got a lot of people to ask these questions. And no media member will ask these questions. And people say, Fred, why they take your credentials? Did they take my credentials because I'm a terrible media member? Or did they take my media credentials because I'm too good of a media credential? You got to ask yourself that question. You answer it. And I think it's despicable. I think it's explorable. Now I'm gonna flip the hat on the other side because we all know the truth, and I know my brothers in the LDBC gonna go in on this topic, so you guys don't get it. And this is why I'm gonna title this video a little bit different, but I want to put this in this video because this video is gonna do good numbers. Black fighters, I need you to listen to me and listen to me carefully. In the last 2 weeks, 14 days media cycle, we have had a bushel, a heavy dosage of stories to cover. Now, watch how they cover the black athletes and watch how they cover the non-black athletes. Watch. All these major media outlets, ESPN, and the list goes on and on and on, right? Watch how they attempt to destroy Earl Spence Jr. They already started. Watch how easy it is for them to talk about Earl Spence Jr., even these black fighters. You ask them about Oscar De La Hoya, oh, I don't know nothing about that. I'm going to keep my hands off that. Meanwhile, they got daughters. Meanwhile, they have children. People like these guys need to be locked up for a long time. I was a teacher for 7 years, and I made it very, very clear. And I made sure that my actions was that of a teacher, and I held that I remixed. I held that position in high honor. You know what I mean? High esteem. I got a Teacher of the Year award right there on my wall. If you guys can see it right there. And I took it in high esteem. I valued it. You understand what I'm saying? And I had some bad days, but I had more great days than good days. And I think it's just deplorable when people take advantage of people because they're in a powerful position. Oscars, the Kovalevs, the Conor McGregors, the list goes on and on and on. And it's consistently happening. And nobody is saying anything. Nobody is doing anything about it. But more importantly, the same athletes that are being ridiculed, like like the Floyd Mayweathers, the Adrian Broners, Errol Spence is going to go through it to some degree now. These are the same fighters and the same friends, the same bushel of fighters that will not speak out against them. Oh no, that's not what I want to listen. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you for real. Don't just tell the truth when it's concerning someone who's the same hue as you. Tell the truth when it's about everybody else. Because it's just disgusting, man. Every 6 months, every 3 months, there's a story coming out about Oscar De La Hoya. Every 3 months, there's a story coming out about Sergey Kovalev. Every 3 months, there's a story coming out about Conor McGregor. Dan Raphael, ESPN, what's the first thing they gonna do? Keith Idec, what's the first thing they gonna do? Bring up Floyd Mayweather. Oh yeah, he did this. Michelle Beadle. Oh yeah, he needs to. I'm just spitting the truth, and then to take it a step further, my black athletes. I said my. I love y'all. Move with discernment. Move with intent. Move with intelligence. Okay. Be crafty. Be very intentional with your actions and who you interview with. Like I use me as the example. Since why wouldn't you do an interview with me? Why wouldn't you do a sit down interview with me where you can get the truth out? Let's use Earl Spence as the example. Why wouldn't you do an interview with me or Blue Blood or some handful of other people that are out there working every day when they know that when they have your best interests at instinctively, they got to do their job now. Don't athletes don't misconstrue with protecting you and doing their job. They have to do their job. Remember, you made the mistake or you did a great deed. We still have to do our job, but there's a genuine care with that. You know what I mean? And I think you know how you go to the post office and they put that tag on it, delicate, fragile. So the people at the post office know to deal with it in a certain way. That's media members, and I think Blue Blood and myself do a hell of a job at handling these delicate situations. I don't care if you're not one of my favorite fighters, but if you're black, I've never attempted to take money out of your pocket. I've I always want you to get the most money possible. And I take great honor and great valor in telling your story. That's the only reason why I am in this game. I was writing for the newspaper, god damn, 7 years, something like that. I don't know. I still do a little bit here and there, maybe 1 or 2 articles a year now. Definitely not as much. And I saw the dichotomy. I saw when I did articles, I had to rewrite my articles because it didn't want to offend a certain demographic. And I'm telling you, athletes, be wise. If a black man puts a camera in your face like me, remember, I have to do a job. Okay. You don't pay my bills. I have to do my job. And I will always do my best to protect you, allow you to tell your story, you know, um, for the most part. Adrian Broner will tell you a million times. I done had a million private conversations with him, man. When I knew he had a chance to take over boxing, I knew he had a chance to take over boxing. I remember one time at Floyd's party, we was on the red carpet. I said, "Hold up, I'm not done with you yet." I grabbed him by the arm. I'm like, "Hold up, we're not done. I'm not done with you yet, dog. We got to finish this conversation because Adrian Broner is a real clever guy. You know what I mean? And he can antidote you to death and make you believe that you're his best friend. He is that gifted. He has the gift of gab times 10,000. You understand what I'm saying? And uh, Adrian Broner will forever remember those conversations. No matter what he says about me, he knows I genuinely want him to succeed. And I was definitely hard on Adrian Broner because he is the culture in which I taught when I was a school teacher. A whole bunch of young, impressionable black kids with their pants halfway off their ass that wanted to be rich at catching or throwing the ball or rapping or trapping or what I mean, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I thought he was, and to some capacity, if you were a boxing fan in that age demographic, he was your voice. He is what you looked up to. People not going to admit it, but Adrian Broner still has great influence in the boxing community. And but I think it's just incredibly important that we watch how people move in the next 2 weeks. Watch how these media members move in the next couple of weeks. Now, if they are willing, if they are not willing to ask Oscar and Kovalev these questions, and then when Earl shows up when Earl shows up to if he shows up to the Wilder fight in Vegas, watch how easy it is for media members to ask the questions about the DWI and his decisions that he made that evening. And um, watch, I'm just being I'm keeping it a buck, you know. I just did a story. I just did a video on Shakur. I'm not. Excuse me. Forgive me. Oh man, we got a big fight weekend this weekend, man. I'm in love right now. I'm in heaven. I'm loving boxing this weekend. I'm in love with boxing. I don't care what platform you prefer. We got some hell fights this weekend, man, and I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? And but as I digress, um, Teofimo Lopez. When I disagreed with Teofimo, people say, "Oh, Fred, you just black athletes." No, if I have your number, I'm gonna call you. All right, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Hey, XYZ, this is that. I disagree with you on this. Would you like to have a conversation about it?" Teofimo Lopez dad basically called me a bitch. You know what I mean? I took it with a smile and kept it pushing. And I didn't do that story for 4 months. I just dropped it Saturday night. I reached out to them June 17th. So you talk about fairness. I think I go above and beyond. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but 90% of the time, I think I'll do my job the correct way. And uh, I think our black athletes need to understand and stop following behind a white PR person. There's no way in hell, for real, for real. All the PBC fighters. Why is Kelly Swanson your PR person? Think about that for a second. How has she advanced your career? That's all I'm saying. Hire you pay someone if you are of that influence. Pay someone to be your PR person. You know what I mean? And do percentages. If you can get me this interview, you know what I mean? You get me this acting job, you know what I mean? I'll do this for you. You know what I mean? Plenty of people aspiring, you know what I mean? Or get someone you trust. You know what I mean? Don't just get some hang around friends, give them a job like LeBron James. He gave all his boys jobs. You know what I'm saying? Don't just have some hangout. Hey, we gonna go hang out. We gonna go to New York and turn up in Manhattan. We gonna go to California and go to Hollywood, Los Angeles and go to Hollywood. Give them jobs, employ them with incentives, so they're inspired to do their job. You know, it's just a fact. Rich Paul is arguably the most powerful man in basketball. One of the most powerful men in basketball, non-playing. Why? LeBron James told him, held him accountable. This is your job. This is what you're gonna do. You go get the prerequisites, and this is a position I'm gonna get you in. You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, I just love advocating, man. Like, I don't know, man. Um, what Lil Wayne said, I'm misunderstood sometimes. I ain't misunderstood. I'm nowhere near because I'm dealing with grown men. You know what it is? It's fear. It's fear of people standing on their square and be like, this is right and this is wrong. But I want everyone that can hear I'm gonna do a separate video, but I want everyone that listens to this video, watch the difference, especially next week. You're gonna see it next week. Your favorite media outlet is not gonna ask Oscar or Kovalev about the sexual allegation charges. Guaranteed. Watch how they treated Carissa Shields. Watch how they treated uh watch how they treat the Shakur. Watch how media spins the Shakur Stevenson's versus Joette Gonzalez as to lack of integrity, lack of respect for the sport of boxing. Watch. That West Side Story, as Bob Arum calls it. Um, and then watch how they delicately handle Oscar De La Hoya and Sergey Kovalev next week, fight week. Watch. I'm just I'm keeping it a buck. But y'all don't hear me though. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyhow, man, got a message to all my haters out there. I did it. Guess what I did, y'all? From the block to the big leagues, self-made millionaire, white American. Hit me. I did it, y'all. And guess what? You can do it too. Stand on your square. Hold the integrity of your ancestors, man. You know what I mean? Stand on your square. You're not gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? But embrace those perfect moments. You know what I mean? I'm crazy though. I'm delusional. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm half crazy. I don't make sense, man. You know what I mean? I'm just crazy. I'm a wannabe Louis Farrakhan. You know what I mean? I'm a wannabe Malcolm X or I mean, Malcolm, was it Martin Luther King or somebody? Fred Hampton. That's all. I'm half crazy. I don't make sense. What I mean? But watch how these next 2 weeks play out. Watch how much uh defense work Carissa Shields has to do. Watch how Earl Spence is going to be defending himself. Watch. You'll see. And meanwhile, Oscar De La Hoya, Conor McGregor, Sergey Kovalev won't even get asked these questions. Watch. I'm gone. Peace.